We've got quarterback Terry Wilson here laughing because he and Landon Young raced each other up here. Terry beat him.
Had to be first.
Not my choice.
So
He's slow.
raise your hands. We'll get to questions and we'll get these guys to you. John Hale.
Terry, it's obviously been a long process for you to get back to this point. Just what are kind of the emotions this week after everything that's happened in the last year for you, and just kind of how eager are you to get back on the field?
Just really being locked in, knowing my assignment and, just doing what I can controlling what I can control and just focusing on what I have to focus on, really just being locked in and, not thinking too much about, Saturday, just taking it one day at a time and just preparing.
John, you have follow-up or anything?
Terry, you talked a lot in the offseason. All your teammates have stood up when these lists have come out ranking quarterbacks. Just how much has that meant to you, and what do you use that as motivation maybe through this whole process?
I don't really, worry about that. I'm just worried about getting ready for this game and just trying to be the best quarterback that I can be for this team. And just preparing, really. I don't really, think about the rankings or anything, just preparing for this game.
Thanks, Terry.
Josh.
Hey, Terry, what are you expecting to be the most difficult thing when you step out there? Is it just the mental part of, getting kind of comfortable with the leg, after you take that first hit, or what are you kind of looking, I guess most forward to also getting back out there?
Just ready to play. I'm not thinking about, my leg. I feel like my leg, is pretty fine. I have, full confidence in my leg and, I've had this whole camp and to be able to get used to it. And, I'm just ready to get out there. I'm not thinking about anything that's going to be difficult. Just relying on the game plan that the coaches are putting in for us and, trying to execute it the best way that we can.
Josh, do you have anything else right now?
Yeah, just going up against the defense there. I guess what have you seen from tape on Auburn like that that I guess maybe concerns you or things that you're kind of looking at as you kind of prepare for them?
No concerns really. Just knowing that they have a few guys that that can rush on the defensive side and. They're pretty young at the defensive end. The DBs, but they have some good linebackers. But just really just knowing my opponent, knowing what they can do, and what we can do to beat them.
Nick.
It's been a long time coming for this game to happen. Did you ever worry that it might not happen? Yeah.
That just goes with the uncertainty. I feel like, we all didn't know what was going to happen. But I'm really fortunate to be in this position right now. I'm just really ready to get back on the field. It was times that, I didn't think that we were going to have a season. But like I said, I'm just really fortunate to be able to get back out there, with my brothers and compete.
You said you're focusing on kind of not thinking about the emotions. Do you have any trick to that? Is there anything that helps you not think about what it will be like to be back out there on the field?
Nah, just getting out there. I feel like after that first hit, I'll be back to normal. But once you're on the field, it's time to go. You don't have that much time to think about anything.
Thanks, Terry. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Larry.
Yeah, Terry, we're just curious. Your mom has talked a lot about how she thinks you'll be fine, but she doesn't think she can watch the first hit or two you take. And then also wondering what it's kind of like getting ready to go into this season as a new dad. Are you getting any sleep at night, or are you up all night every night?
I'm trying to get some sleep. But my daughter, she's pretty a good sleeper, so she doesn't keep me up that long. But my mom, yeah, she told me that it's going to be hard to watch, but everything's going to be fine.
Thank you.
John Hale.
Terry, I'm curious, with Joey, regardless of his status, just knowing that team so well, what kind of help has he been in the meeting rooms as you've started Auburn prep a lot?
Yeah, a huge help. You know, Joey knows those guys pretty well. So, you know, starting the prep, you know, he kind of gave us a inside prep, you know, just an inside breakdown on, you know, a couple of their guys. And, you know, he's been phenomenal in the meeting room and, you know, just helping us get a better look on those players. And, you know, Joey, he's been doing great.
JD?
Terry, I'm curious, in the other games that have been on TV, have you been able to watch many of them? And has anything really stood out to you or given you almost some advice to, you know, what to expect when you go out there for the first time?
Yeah, I've watched the games. You know, every Saturday. You know, I feel like, you know, I really don't have that much to do, but you know, having those college games on and watching them. You know, the only thing that's, you know, strange to me is just, you know, not having any fans. But, you know, I just feel like it's, you know, it's normal football. You know, you got your guys out there going, you know, all out. You know, everybody's trying to, you know, prove themselves. You know, everybody's watching you. Even though if there's no stands and no fans in the stands, you know, everybody's still tuned in and watching the game. So I just feel like everybody's out there, you know, just having fun, playing ball, and enjoying it.
As a quick follow-up, Coach Grand said you guys are treating this as your normal routine. You had the noise at practice. How does that help you prepare, even though it's not going to be like having 85,000 Auburn fans screaming at you?
Yeah. I mean, it helps, you know, just to know that, you know, we can have some crowd noise at Auburn. You know, it doesn't have to be packed, but we still are going to have some crowd noise. So we still have to communicate. We still have to be on point. So, I mean, the crowd noise, it really helps us tone in and be focused.
All right, we got time for two more, Kent and John Long. Kent, or actually, and then Derek. So we'll wrap up with those three. Kent, go ahead.
Terry, this is Kent with WHAS 11. Your opinion of the receivers that you have. I mean, I think, you know, with your all's offense, that may be one of those question marks kind of going in on how those guys are going to do. In your mind, how do you feel like they look headed into this first game?
They look perfect. You know, they look fine. You know, they're still, you know, working and just getting better and just getting some of the rust off. But, you know, I think they're going to do fine in the game. You know, we're all on the same page. You know, we're all excited to get back out there. I mean, I can't stress that enough. But, you know, I feel like they're ready. They're confident. And we're just going to prove it on Saturday.
John Wong.
Welcome back, Terry. You know, it's hard enough coming back from an injury under regular circumstances, but to do it with COVID and everything else, that adds another dimension. There are a lot of people struggling out there. What words of encouragement can you give to people who may be facing really difficult situations as you were?
Yeah, you know, you just got to stay focused. I mean, the biggest side of it is just, you know, having the right mentality. You know, the mental part of, you know, going through a season-ending injury, it's pretty tough, especially if you haven't, you know, ever been through it before. But, you know, just stay focused, you know, and just keep working every day. And, you know, just don't give up on your dreams because, you know, if you work hard every day, it's going to pay off. And, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, I went through all of that because it just made me who I am today.
All right, we'll wrap up with Terry, with Derek.
Appreciate it, guys.
One more.
One more.
Derek.
One more. Dang, Landon.
Going back to the crowd question, I know you came from JUCO, and I can't imagine you played in too many large crowds there. With that in mind, I guess you don't know totally what to expect until you get out there on Saturday, but was there any kind of self-motivation you had to do at JUCO to get prepared for games, knowing that there wasn't really going to be a crowd to do it for you?
I'd say just the biggest motivation was just trying to get out of there. You know, that was my biggest motivation. You know, the crowd, you know, that kind of gets toned out. You know, once you're in the game, you're focused on what you have to do. You know, you really don't think about the crowd that much. But at JUCO, I was just ready to, you know, just to play ball and get out of there.
All right, guys. We'll get Landon on here in just a second.
Thank you, guys.